Wait dulu. Okay. Hi, good morning, Miss and our friends. I'm Kati from Msucjb. Today I'm going to present about assignment 2, subject network and computer security. So my group member name is Yong, Khesika, Lim, and Aleya. So my group and I present about of topic email security. Okay, next slide. Okay, so now this is our table of content. I just add important mention content. Okay, next slide. Okay, introduction. Important company data fancy use email as an entry point. Okay, next slide. Okay, so the topic email security is the subject network second assignment and is the requirement used to research and compare it properly. We have several tasks to complete in this assignment too. Email security refer to process and strategy. Use it to email account, information and communication for unwanted access loss, attacker employee user to personal information, open attachment or click on URL that download malware and victim the device. Important company data applications use email as an entry point. So my explanation is user to personal information, open attachment or click URL, and electronic information security are two the same on thing. So you can use email for the safety. So now I pass it to Yong. Thank you.
Okay, now I will present about what is email security. Okay, there are two concepts here. For the first concept is described as a use of variety of measure to protect sensitive information in email communication and accounts. These safeguards are in place to prevent unauthorized access, loss, and compromise. It let a person or the company to control who had access to one or more email address or account. Email security protect the content of an email account or service, which is a common medium of malware, spam, and phishing attempt to propagate. This is often accomplished by sending misleading message that encourage user to provide their personal information, open attachment, or click on the URL that download malware onto the victim device. Attackers trying to acquire a foothold to the company network and steal important business data frequently use email as an entry point. Okay, if the company secret had broken by the attackers, it may be considered a crime. The criminal activity that violate on business secret and cause significant financial damage to the company owner. Okay, the next for the second concept is as a result, the email security is required for both personal and business email account, and companies should adopt a variety for steps to improve email security. For the perspective of the end user, some of the proactive email security measure including strong password spam filters, password rotation, and desktop-based antivirus or the anti-spam application. Similarly, a service provider email security on email server by employing strong password and access control measure. When the email message are placed in the inbox or transit from the subscriber email address, they are encrypted and digitally signed to prevent unwanted and harmful email message from reaching the user inbox. The service provider employed firewall and software-based spam filtering tools. So, with the layer-by-layer protection of email security, user can use email and device with more peace of mind. These four are common email security risks. Okay, the first is email stuffing. For this process is sending an email to a victim from a fake email address, and the next one is spreading malware, malicious code such as Trojan horse, virus, and worms spread fast with the email. Okay, the third one is email spamming. This is a process to sending authenticate email such as junk mail to thousands of recipients. Okay, the last one is email bombing. This is send a large number of email result in clogging of the victim email account or crashing of the email server.
Okay, now I pass it to next person.
Okay, hi. Okay, I will present about how emails work. Position of a pair of cryptographic key, the sender and the recipient. Okay, next slide. Okay, end-to-end email. Position of a pair to cryptographic key by both the sender and the recipient. One private key and one public key are used. The communication in encrypted locally on the sender's device using the recipient's public key. Using his private key, the recipient decrypts in on his device. Both winter sender and key receiver create their own key, pay and communicate their public keys. In her device, Winter encrypts the message with Carl public key and sends it to Carl. Carl get the encrypt communicate on his device and use his private key to record it any message delivered to backup server. That queue email may go through the same produce and attempting to contact the recipients primary SMTP server or higher priority backup server. Okay, this next slide. Okay, the first one about email security. Stop employees from leaking confidential information. The second, protect from email born with virus of malware. Prevent accidental data loss of questions that may result in the next, control spam volume without trapping genuine business email. The next, encrypt sensitive or valuable data to comply with regulation. The last one, detect and stop exploitation from phishing attacks of BEC. Okay, I'm passed to Daniel.
Okay, thank you. So, firstly, why is email important? Email is now used for all sorts of corporate communications. Next slide. So, email is now used for all sorts of corporate communications, and employees can't afford to give up their inbox mobility, dependability, or economy when sending and receiving emails. It's critical that existing email data stays secret from contract details to the most recent sales figure. So there are four important things that email, why we use email. Firstly, protections of confidential information. Second, avoid identity thief. Third is remove message replies. And fourth is preventing business risks. And a part of that, mostly email is for, how should I, giving a letter of introduction to companies, any companies. Next slide. So benefit of email security for enterprise. Firstly is device access control. Second is real-time threat protections. Fourth is communication confidentiality. Fourth is protections against zero-day threats. Fifth is spam and phishing protections. Six is identification of suspicious user behavior. Seven is protection against ransomware attacks. Eight is this sample text that you can edit. That's all for me. I'll pass it to the next person.
Hi, so I'm going to present about types of security threats to user email communication. Next slide. Okay, there are many types of security threats to user email communication, which is ever dropping. The internet is a large space with a large number of users. Someone with access to the system or networks to which your information travels can easily grab and read this information. People using computers near the part your email travels over the internet can possibly read and copy your communications, much like someone in the next room listening in on your phone conversation. Next slide. Okay, there are types of security threats to user email communication. The first is eavesdropping. The internet is a large space with a large number of users. And the second one, identity fraud. A criminal occurs crucial pieces of personal identifiable information such as social security or driver license. And the third one, modification attack. The attacks are only useful if the communication stream can be modified while the communication is in progress. So that's all from me. I will pass it to Kadir.
Okay, thank you, Khesika. So number 6, best practice of email security. Okay, so email security recommend practice should be readily described. Email is untrustworthy message service. So therefore, do not put your trust in time you grade your email. Okay, next slide. Okay, all right. So we have 6 best practice of security. So first of all is use as a strong password. Second one is never access email from public Wi-Fi. Third one is always analysis unexpected attachment before opening them. Fourth one is keep an eye out of the email scams is very important. So fifth is when you are done, log out of your email account. Last is 6, do not mix your email account. So my explanation is do not miss your email account. So maybe target for more complex attacks, the risk of email security best practice has become much greater. There are several best practice of email security. So you can follow these 6 best practice of email security. Okay, thank you. I pass it to Yong.
Conclusion, it's a very necessary that individual and organization take steps to protect their email accounts from possible threat, and it's externally crucial that a secure infrastructure is in place to prevent unauthorized access to our accounts and or message. Users are particularly vulnerable to phishing attack against organization because they pass by technical security measure and instead rely on user to review flow. This is why efficient encryption, spyware detection, and locking security should be the first step in any email security system. However, this also vital that employees are taught how to protect their email. Finally, users should follow all the best practices in order to protect their data and their personal account. Okay, so I think the user must follow all the technical security measure to avoid their personal information, data, and company data be exported to email security base. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yong. So this is our team. I as a leader, Khesika and Yong as an assistant. Yeah, they help me for search in point for report. And Aleya and Lim also our team member. So the people also help me for do PowerPoint slide. So thank you guys, and thank you, madam. Next slide. Okay, thank you. So if anything you wanna ask question, can ask my friend and I will. Thank you.